Hey everyone, Tendra here. So my week in World of Warcraft went really well. I've been trying to gear my alts up, and in doing this, I've been doing a lot of time rifts and Farak assaults. Between the two, I potentially can get up to 4 pieces of gear a week. Normally I get 1 to 3, but it's a lot easier than raiding on all my characters. I do have quite a few. And with the Revival Catalyst, I can upgrade all my pieces to LFR tiered quality. And with just a little extra work, I can upgrade them all to normal level tier quality. And since I've been working at this pretty constantly, I've been able to gear up a few alts to the point where I feel comfortable if I decide to do something on them. I did also start leveling a few new characters from 60 to 70 this week. And with time walking starting this week, I should be able to get a few more to level 70. But besides that, I did get into my normal farms for the week, so let's take a look at them and see how I did. The first thing I did this week was Siege of Orgrimmar. The only thing I have left to get out of there are the Tusks of Mannoroth. Between my 2 warriors I have 91 attempts on these, but since they've added the skip I don't mind farming this place at all. So I made my way over to Siege of Orgrimmar, I clicked on the banner for the skip, it took me back to Garrosh Hellscream, I took him down, and he didn't drop the shoulders again. So again, I'll be back here next week, and I'm gonna hope I have a little better luck then. Next up I went after the Scythe of the Unmaker. For this I have to run Antorus the Burning Throne. And since I'm after the red version, I have to do it on Mythic. So I made my way over to Antorus, and I have the skip, so I only have to do 3 bosses. Once I got back to Argus the Unmaker, I took him out, and I got attempt number 72 on this transmog. But again, I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week, and we'll see if I have a little better luck then. With the 2 items I'm farming out of the way this week, I started my mount farms. The first one I went after was the Hellfire Infernal. This drops in Nighthold, and again I'm after the red version, so I have to do it on Mythic. So I headed over to Nighthold, I worked my way back to Gul'dan, and I took him down. That gave me attempt number 63 on this mount, but again he didn't drop it. So this is another one I'll have to come back to next week, and I'll have to hope I have a little better luck then. And that left me with just 1 raid, and that was Ulduar, for the mount, the head of Mimiron. Of course on the way up there I always look for the time lost Proto-Drake. I don't ever see him, but I still look. Who knows, maybe one day I'll get lucky and he'll pop up. But I made my way up to Ulduar and I worked my way back to Yogg-Saron. This is actually a pretty quick run, and I took him out and got attempt number 58 on the head of Mimiron. I didn't have any luck with this week either, so I'll be back here next week. Now that I was finished with all my raids, I just had my 5-man mythics I was doing yet. I'm only doing 2 at the moment, and the first one I'm doing is the Underrot. This one's pretty quick because you can skip most of the trash in here and just do the bosses. So I headed over to the Underrot, and I got there, and I worked my way back to the Unbound Abomination, and I took him out. This gave me attempt number 28 on the Underrot Crawg. I didn't see him drop this week. Hopefully next week's a little nicer to me. That left me with just King's Rest to do out here. I'm after the Tomb Stalker out of here, but I do this one a little different. I do this as a multi-character farm, and if you don't know what that means, it's where I take 13 characters every week and try my luck on it. I do this week after week until I get the mount to drop. Sometimes it's pretty quick, and sometimes it takes a bit of time. But let's take a look and see how I did this week.
You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now his master gathers. You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, Mannoroth! You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master gathers power. Zul will not rest until all the world is in it. Time to bleed! You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel feat, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, you have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master... You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his early art... You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master... You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master... You have broken Zul's hold! I serve that swine no longer! You have freed me from a cruel fate, but Zul is merely a puppet in a larger plan. Even now, his master
Well, it's another week and no mount out of here, so I'll just be back next week and hope I see a little bit of better luck then. And finally, if you're wondering this week, I'm wearing another Legion armor set. This week it's the Fierce Gladiators Plate Armor set. It was a Legion Season 5, 6, and 7 armor set for PvP, and again this is a real simple one to get. All you have to do is farm up some Mercs of Honor, head over to Delrin, the Legion version, and talk to either the Horde or the Alliance PvP vendor located in either the Sanctuary or the Enclave, depending if you're Horde or Alliance, and these sets aren't too bad looking. So if you don't have them and you are a transmog collector, this may be something you might want to add to your collection. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.